is the only reason we can now send American astronauts.
Have you ever seen a billionaire campaigning for a president on stage? Well, Elon Musk did just that, rallying for Trump. Now ask yourself, why would the richest man in the world give blank checks to a politician? Is it out of love for the country? Or is it something more sinister? Why can't it be considered a corruption? Stay with me as we unravel this. Let's start with a little history. The Citizens United Supreme Court decision in 2010 changed the political landscape in a way that's hard to overstate. Before this ruling, there were limits on how much corporations and wealthy individuals could donate to political campaigns, ensuring that no single entity could wield too much influence over the democratic process. This system recognized that huge amount of money could act as a form of corruption, a quid pro quo, where politicians would feel indebted to wealthy donors and would prioritize their interest over those of the general public. But the Citizens United ruling threw those limits out of the window, essentially saying that money is equivalent to free speech. Now, corporations and billionaires can pour unlimited amounts into politics through their super PACs and other channels. To put this in perspective, before Citizens United, the maximum donation was capped to a few $1,000s. And now, we are seeing millions, sometimes hundreds of millions of dollars funneled into political campaigns. For example, in 2008, outside groups spent around $300 million on federal elections. By 2012, just 2 years after the Citizens United decision, that number skyrocketed to $1.3 billion. This isn't just a few wealthy people expressing their views, this is an avalanche of cash drowning out the voices of everyday voters. So is this still a democracy, or are we sliding into a system where money calls the shots? Let's not give a free pass to India here as well. While we are talking about billionaires like Elon Musk in the US, let's not forget how corporate power is deeply entrenched in Indian politics, especially under the Modi government. Politics in India is increasingly being shaped by corporate interest, with billionaires like Adani and Ambani holding immense influence. The Hindenburg report shed some light on the shady dealings, raising deep questions as to how one company could grow so large with such close ties to political power. And then there is the electoral bond scam, the system designed to funnel anonymous corporate money into political campaigns, allowing businesses to essentially buy political favor without any transparency. Just like in the US, India's fragile democracy is being eroded by corporate interest. Yet, the public remains largely numb to this outrageous corruption. It's almost as if we have accepted that the ultra-wealthy are the real power brokers, no matter which country we are talking about here. So, why are we as citizens allowing the wealthiest individuals and corporations to control our political system? What does this mean for the future of democracy both in India and in the US? Whether it is the crypto billionaires or the oil barons, they are all writing checks because they want access to power, and Trump is more than willing to sell it. Trump isn't subtle about this either. He openly, brazenly declares, "I am open for business." Take the looming threat of TikTok as another example. Trump was very vocal about banning the app, citing security risk, but that narrative has quickly shifted when the billionaire investor with the ties to TikTok's parent company met with Trump. Suddenly, the ban was no longer a priority. So what does this tell you? If you have the power, if you have the money and the connections, Trump's positions can be flexible, shaped to fit your financial interest. So where does this leave his supporters, the average citizen? Can they genuinely believe that Trump, who will openly sell access to the highest bidder, is going to prioritize their concerns? In a political landscape where mega donors and billionaires call the shots, how can the regular citizen hope for real change that serves their interest? So here's the question we all need to ask ourselves. Why do we accept such a scenario? It's not about left or right, red or blue. It's about power and who controls it. And if we, as everyday citizens, don't take a stand now, we are handing over the keys of our future to the richest 1%.